Yeah.
Why is that? Something you're an actress. You tell me. Come on.
Well,
Why?
I don't know. I suppose it's the most rebellious thing that you can do. Rebellious against, all odds.
Do you consider it to be rebellious, being an actor?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I think that we are kind of the black sheep of a family, aren't we? Well, I mean,
depends how many sheep you've got.
Well, perhaps
we should
not
just we should just get the flock out.
Well, London, there is a lot of respect for actors.
Not really.
No.
No, not really.
Not really.
No, not really.
No.
No. Well, when you're an actor in London, you don't feel particularly well respected. I think people who come from outside of the United Kingdom, they go, "Oh, British actors, they're the best actors in the world."
No, but I mean, universities, they all have theater courses.
They got to make their money somehow.
Theaters. Well, but that is kind of a common and general thing. I mean, I don't know. I thought that.
Well, unless you're aware, look, I think it's there's one of the few places that I've really seen a difference in the relationship between actors and the populace in society and the acting class is really
the populace. The citizens and us.
What's wrong with the populace?
I don't know.
You never heard me use that word before?
No, of course, yes, but I mean, it's a little bit populous. Hi.
No, the populace is a very...
Okay, good.
That's why we've been writing a film, a play which is set in the 1st century in Rome. So we've been up to our neck. And,
yes, I think that's why we're influenced by the populace.
The populace and the plebs.
The plebs.
I prefer it in Spanish, le plebe. Right.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and germs.
Good evening.
My name's Scott Cleverton.
And my name is... Ow.
Do you want to try that again?
Serna.
Do you want to try that again? That was
Sorry.
super elegant.
What an entrance. Sorry.
Let's do that again. All right. Hi everybody, my name's Scott Cleverton.
And my name is Assumpta Serna.
And today is the 27th, Thursday, the 27th of January in the year of our Lord 2022. And
today's 358?
Something like that, 358. This is episode number 358. Today we're going to be talking about acting, showreels, and everything else that we can possibly think of today. Crystal, hello. How the devil are you? Good to see you over there.
Hello, Alba. How are you?
And Alba there. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to mark it in my calendar. Hope you're doing fine. Today, we're going to have a look at a quick showreel, and we like to talk about sort of acting sort of in general. One of the things we haven't really done there. I want to thank also Jose Maria Perez Gomez for being completely abusive on LinkedIn. That's just what you never got that.
What happened?
So Jose Maria Perez Gomez said, "Eres un coñazo."
Uh-huh.
Which is kind of nice, really. Sort of like getting abused in Spanish from a completely professional social network like LinkedIn, which has never happened to us on YouTube or Facebook or anything else.
Yes, kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very peculiar.
You just, if you don't think that is worth it for you, or you don't want to listen to us, you can leave whenever you want. And
don't worry, I've already done that.
What do you mean?
He's already been reported. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was doing.
No. But I mean, we are open to people that don't like what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to have a good drag down fight with somebody about the things that we talk about. That's always good. One of the things that we think is really, really important is that we should all have the opportunity to challenge the things that we're taught, told, instructed to do, the training that we've had. We have to try and work out what the things are that work for us and what work for other people, because this is a very particular profession that we're engaged in, and a very particular craft. There's some people who complain, well, they never went to drama school. Well, I got bad news for you. Particularly in film and television, there's some people who just don't need to. Some people just have a certain talent for a certain thing, and damn their eyes, they can do it well.
Exactly.
And the trouble is, a lot of the time, the people who have been fully trained and they went to drama school, they went in one way and they came out the other way. And they went in fine and they came out a mess.
Yes, and some other people is the contrary. So there is not really rules here. The rules are what really our expectations are, what is our objectives. Our objective here is never harm the people that we have in front of us. Our harm, we are going to let it in another direction, but not here. I don't think we cause any harm to anybody, I think. Anyway, the idea is that here you can feel free to comment. Here you can feel free to give us your CVs, your pictures, your demo.
Bring us your poor, your unwashed. Bring us all of the stuff that you have questions about. And if we don't have an answer, we'll admit it and maybe try to look for the solution. That's kind of the important thing here.
Yes.
One of the things that we always tell people that they should do with the people who they're working with in terms of being trained as actors, they should always look their teacher, their coach, their professor, whatever you want to call them, in the eye and go, yeah, but how do I actually use that? Because that's something that I discovered in my training when I started to work in film and television, is all the stuff I'd spent doing 3 years was almost entirely inapplicable.
So today we're going to talk about things of acting in camera, things that you can also better yourselves. The demo, how you can better yourselves and your presentation. The idea of to talk about demo reels, or video books as we call it in Spanish, is just to have an excuse to actually understand the level of professionalism, the level that you really have to, communicate to people in order that you don't harm yourselves, so that the things that you're putting on your video book look professional, that they
showreel.
acting.
Showreel. Sorry, we spent all our time talking about video books, but they're not called video books. They're called showreels. Damn it.
Yes, showreel. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
So. here we are. We have a few of them, but I think we're going to only have time to talk about one, as we always happen, that, gives us an excuse to talk about other things that has to be with acting, with also acting in camera.
So one of the things that let's do the thing, all right? Assumpta, this is where you get to do your magic, so we can have our little credit sequence.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, go.
We're going to talk about showreels today.
I'm going to say, pues sorry, here we are. We're just lamenting the fact that we barely leave the house. I mean, I think I went out like twice in the last 2 weeks.
Yes, once a week is not bad.
I know, I should take it easy, huh?
You should take it easy.
So I'm going a bit hardcore on this.
Well, I decided to do 1 day of swimming pool.
And how did that go the other day?
Well, I think you should
Complete failure.
I think you should join us.
Abject
it's very
failure.
fun to go with Robert.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I don't deny it for a second. All right, so let's go to our first showreel tonight. Remember, the reason that we're doing this is we're trying to identify the things that work and the things that don't, and certainly we're trying to identify the things that could do you harm. Now, what are the things that could do you harm? Well, those are the things that people go, I don't want to see any more of this, or they might jump forward or fast forward, or just switch it off. And the problem that we have is that we're always consistently fighting with the attention of the person who's going to be watching our material. There's a certain something that happens about 1 minute 50 into most showreels, which is that people ask, how much more of this do I have to watch? Okay, that is the sort of the tricky period to get through. Okay, we're going to be looking at this right now. What we've discovered is that every single showreel, whether good or not so good, whether it works or it doesn't work, illuminates certain aspects of what's necessary in the material that we're going to show, that the people who are going to be watching are going to see. And each one is individual. We highly recommend, if you can, go back and look at our playlists that are on our YouTube channel, which are in English, and you'll find most of them are going to be talking about showreels. And we think there's some really, really good advice there. And one of the problems that we have is people sometimes go, why can't you just make a 20-minute video? Well, quite frankly, it's very hard to get into depth, use examples, and do all of this in a 20-minute video.
Exactly. Very well said, Scott. I mean...
Thank you very much.
Do you know how to speak English, by the way?
I have been speaking English the very long time, and I am very good at the English now.
Well, it's good. I understand you.
Pues...
Okay, let's go. So let's go the first one.
Oh, mira, Kiko says...
Kiko Ferrero, sí,
right,
sí.
Kiko says...
¿Cómo han mejorado estos directos? Brutal. Y me alegro mucho. Gracias, Kiko. Gracias.
Kiko, well, there you go, Kiko. It's all for you. And now in English. Right, okay. So let's do it too. Remember, if you're out there in Instagram land, go to the links that are below. That's the best place you'll be able to see them.
For the people that are new here, Thursdays is in English. All the rest of the week, we do it in Spanish.
Yeah, that's the thing.
With different themes, different subjects, all about, theater and television and platforms and distribution of theater, production of theater, all what it concerns to all creative people that we have in our Familia de Cine, which is a community that we started on April last year. They're still going on, and with a lot of projects, with a lot of enthusiasm to help each other, to help the people that they have some projects and they want really to give it to us. We try to help them. We try to put them in the right direction. Sometimes with some coaching. Sometimes with other people in the industry that we look specifically for the project that you want to give life to. So here we are. It's 110 people that we are in this community, and you can come to this community through patreon.com/Assumpta Serna. You can there receive classes, or you can just help us with all the work that we are doing free for you right now.
There's the thing. Let me just say hello to some other people. Alba says she's doing well. She's got a part in a short film. Very nice. And a self-tape for a feature to do this weekend. Well, good. And she's feeling better. That's lovely to hear. Also, we have from Ronnie Dumitru, who says, "Hey, Serna, your English is quite impressive." He said, "Try it French next time." Maybe you should speak to him in French. I don't know.
Oui, pourquoi pas.
Si, pourquoi
Mais
pas.
il y a Edgar aussi qui veut faire quelque chose au mois de février.
Ouais. Ouais.
Je t'ai pas dit.
Où est-ce que le
Parce
Pamplemousse?
qu'il sert à Barcelone, alors on cherche de voir s'il y aura quelqu'un qui peut le coacher parce qu'il ne connaît pas beaucoup ces choses d'Internet.
Pero,
okay, so we are going to try in French too.
Où est-ce que le singe?
Oui, c'est dans l'arbre. Sur l'arbre. En l'arbre. Je sais pas. Mais bon. Et, oui.
Et le chat?
Avec le chien.
Boop. Okay, pues right. That has been the French section of this evening's entertainment.
Okay.
Now we should be moving swiftly on to look at a young man's showreel. All right, let's do this. Right. Let me just flip this.
Is there music?
Just flip this round. All right, here we go.
What the fuck you looking at?
I don't like people smoking in my car.
You fucking kidding me, right?
No, I'm not. I hate the smell and it fucks up the upholstery. I mean, what's the matter with you?
Are you fucking serious right now? I just told you there's a fucking bed back there. You're talking about upholstery. We gotta fucking go clip a guy. You realize that, right? Where the fuck you at, huh?
You start from this race, you can get Calvin and his little skipping in. But you bring it to my boxing. You see my conditioning. You see me partying before I fight. I'm not like every other fighter. Oh my. You know, your hair looks really good. What did you do something different?
I washed it.
Well, you did a really good job.
Thanks.
Hey, why don't you come to Jamie's? Come hang out.
No, you know, I have a lot I have to do here. I have stuff I have to clean up inside.
Come on.
I'm too busy today.
Look, you're doing great. The weeds are weeded.
No,
Come hang out.
Yeah.
God's got nothing to do with it. You know how many people cry out his name right before I blow their fucking brains out? All of them. And not once has he answered their calls. So if he does exist, fuck him. He's never done a damn thing for them anyway. Or me. No, he wasn't there when my dad came home drunk every night and beat me half to death. No.
Right. This is the point. And I've seen so many. Oops, wrong one. Oh, there is. Oh my God. I've seen so many showreels that I've got it down to 1 minute and 50 seconds. 1 minute and 50 seconds is when we start asking how much more of this is there to go. Do you believe me?
Really?
It's 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Okay.
I've done it so many times, and I've looked at it. 1 minute, 50 seconds. Now, we've established that if you're going to put your name up on the screen, which our friend here doesn't have, put it at the start, put it there for 4 seconds. No, 5 is too long, 3 is too short, 4 is an ideal amount of time to see a name. And I swear to God, 1 minute and 50 seconds is exactly the amount of time it takes for you to start thinking, how long is this going to last? Now, what does that mean? You better up the energy at about 1 minute 40. Right? And I'm only talking about this because we've seen so many showreels in Spanish and in English over the past 18 months. Hundreds of them, literally hundreds of them. And there's one thing I started noticing, and I started noticing, looking at it a couple of weeks ago, and I was going, there's a point where I always go, how long is it? How long is it? How long is it? And it's a 1 minute 50 seconds.
Interesting, isn't it? Okay, let's watch until the end.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to say. I had to say. I got to say.
What the
All
fuck you looking at?
I don't like
Right,
people.
so where we're going to jump to? We're going to jump to 1 minute and 50.
50.
There we go. More or less.
No. He wasn't there when my mom slowly wasted away from cancer. Well, when I walked in and I saw my sister overdosed on the bathroom floor. Every night before bed I knelt down and I prayed to him. But he never answered. So I say to myself, if he doesn't give a fuck about life, then why the fuck should I? I didn't mean that, Frank. Frank! I'm sorry.
Hello. Yeah. Denellen, you got a phone call. Line 2.
Look who it is. Hannah looks good here, doesn't she? Yeah, please. Come on, admit it. She looks good here.
They gave you a tough time over there, huh?
How did you tell?
When have they ever given someone an easy time?
True.
Ethan.
Hiya.
It's nice to meet you, Maya.
Everyone used to tell me how great I was. I could do anything. Be anything. Then I'm wrong. I realized it too. I had big dreams, you know. God or whoever the fuck just decided I don't deserve to be happy. That's life, right? It's unfair.
Sometimes I wish I never met her. Don't say that. She's the best thing that could ever happen to you. Why? You don't want to be 40 and have your first breakup. Trust me. Kyle. Yeah? You're my best friend. You're my best friend too.
Did you come?
Yeah, were you there? Like 6 times.
Cool.
It was great.
Awesome.
Did you?
No, but I had fun. I had fun back there.
You know, I feel bad you never do.
I do. I don't know. I don't put on a big Broadway show like you do. I'm more silent. Like Charles Chaplin.
Oh, like a silent movie.
Yeah, like a silent movie.
Do you think it's the antidepressants?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I didn't take antidepressants, I'd come in like 8 seconds. And then you wouldn't come. And then you'd be depressed. And then you would be taking antidepressants.
I don't know. Can I say something?
Sure.
I don't understand why this is a big secret.
You know why it's a big secret? Because it's special. For once. You know, it's like our little thing. It wouldn't be special if everybody knew about it.
Okay, right. What we got here, what we have here is a failure to communicate, right?
What?
Right. Well, this
is not true.
No. I just like saying that.
Okay.
Right. So give me 1 second here. I got to look something up. This is something of a curiosity because this was sent to me some time ago, and I've only kind of gotten around to doing it right now. Let me just find out.
What's his name? Sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. God damn it. Johnny Oliva.
Okay.
Johnny Oliva. Okay.
Johnny.
Right. So,
Hello, Johnny.
hey, Johnny. How you doing, babe? Right. This is kind of curious. The first time I watched this, I have to admit that I thought, is this a British guy doing an American accent? And I was trying to work out why I thought it was a British guy doing an American accent. And it wasn't because of his accent. It had to do with the quality of the sound. Because what I believe is, particularly if you're a British person like I am, or you're used to hearing American voices in film and television, what happens? You're used to hearing the absolute greatest post-production sound mix you could possibly get. We're used to hearing these American voices with all this, they've got incredible body to them. Okay, so in the minute that I started hearing this American voice, which was recorded normally, and it hadn't had a completely professional sound mix, I started to think it was a British actor pretending to be American.
How weird.
Isn't that curious? So that's that's one of the things that struck me when I watched this the first time through. The other thing is, you're a type. Okay, I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you're from Queens or Brooklyn. You're definitely New York. You're over there. You've definitely got a type. You're playing into the type, which is good. There's some things in here that I would take the hell out of it because they're not doing you any good.
Yes, please. Let's identify them.
Let's identify those things and get them the hell out of there.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So okay,
I know one that I would take away. Let's go.
So would we be complaining about God by any chance?
God?
All right. Here we go.
What the fuck you looking at?
I don't like people smoking in my car.
You fucking kidding me, right?
No, I'm not. I hate the smell in it. It fucks up the upholstery. I mean, what's the matter with you?
Are you fucking serious right now? I just told you there's a fucking bed back there. You're talking about upholstery.
Okay, so from the first go, the music is a little bit too high. Has to be a little bit more subtle because if not, we cannot even hear you.
I think the music's mixed into the scene. I don't think it'll be able to take it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what a pity.
I get the impression the music's mixed directly into it, so you're screwed. Sorry. Thanks for joining in. You've been a great contestant.
That's a pity because I would just push your volume up.
One of the dangers that we have when we're doing short films and all the rest of it, and we've all seen it, is that we're absolutely at the mercy of the filmmakers.
And sometimes these filmmakers are not very professional, so our work is not very professional.
Yeah, that's one of the things that, well, it just it doesn't put us in our best light, you know. The other thing is we got a scene here, which is a couple of, what we call in general terms, we got a couple of Goombas doing some Goomba stuff in a car with one's complaining to the other, which is quite a traditional scene.
Yeah.
It's now come into that, and one of the dangers is that we have to, it sort of tumbles into, can tumble into cliche
or something, or a cliche that we already seen many times with a lot of actors that we adored, and it seems like more than like an imitation of a cliche that really coming out from the best place, which is to show yourself. So I would not put that in the first one. I don't think that you could take it away, but just keep it there, not as the first scene. Let's see which other ones we have.
Okay.
What the fuck you looking at?
I don't like people smoking in my car.
You fucking kidding me, right?
No, I'm not. I hate the smell in it. It fucks up the upholstery. I mean, what's the matter with you?
Okay, let's.
Where the fuck you at, huh?
You start from this race, you can get Calvin and his little skipping in. But you bring it to my boxing. You see my conditioning. You see me partying before I fight. I'm not like every other fighter. Oh my.
What is what he says at the end? I could not hear it.
Oh my! It's very low. Let me. I don't know whether the volume here. I've got everything turned up to full. This is a thing that we have to deal with very often, and this is our understanding. I watched a video that a young actress made, whose showreel we reviewed a few weeks ago. And she talked about virtually everything, but she didn't talk about the details of sound levels, which is quite a pedantic thing, but something I've talked about a lot here when we review showreels. One of the most important things is that everything is more or less the same volume. How do you do that? Well, on any editing program, you have a set of meters that usually run down the right-hand side, which go up and down depending on how loud it is. What you want to try and do is to keep the volume. The simplest mix you can do is make sure the volume is always round about -12. Yeah, that's right. It's rated from 0, which is very loud, to all the minus numbers, which is like very quiet. Go figure. So what happens is that it will jump between minus 20, minus 40, minus 30, whatever. But you need everything from a whisper to a gunshot that's all around minus 12. Okay, that's what's called dynamic range. That's what they mean. For television, everything is mixed more or less the same. You won't find anything particularly loud or particularly quiet. The reason for that is you don't want people messing with their volume controls in the middle of a scene or a movie or a TV show. They all want to be kind of the same. It happens sometimes when you're dealing with something on YouTube that something will be really loud or really quiet, or sometimes it will only be in one channel, which is something else that we have to look at. We have to make sure when those little 2 meters go up and down that it has to be the left one and the right one. Don't worry about doing anything fancier than doing it in mono. Stereo if you like, but don't go crazy. You can really mess things up by doing that. But one of the things that happens is in a showreel is that you'll get something which is 5 to 8 decibels quieter, and you go, now I can't hear that.
Yes. And also there is a problem here about sound. Let's see the second one.
What the fuck you looking at?
I don't like
Okay, here.
You bring it to my boxing. You see my condition, and you see me partying before I fight.
You see,
I'm not like every other
the noise
fighter.
is not good here. It's like there is your jacket or something that goes into the mic that makes it a little bit, well, a little bit, no, a lot of noise. I think it's the jacket.
Oh my.
Or how do you move?
Skipping in. You bring it to my box.
You see?
Yeah.
You see my condition, and you see
Exactly.
me partying before I fight.
So your mic is
I'm
in the
not
right
like
side.
every other fighter.
Yeah, we can hear that now.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, I don't know what you say at the end, but that is just.
It says, oh my.
No, and then, oh my.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, I thought that was another thing that I couldn't get. Okay, so anyway, you feel there. How you feel this bit?
It seems a little bit like a theatrical text which has been performed outside. It comes across as something which is kind of rehearsed. It kind of feels like a piece. With anything, the first rule we have to ask ourselves as actors is tell me exactly why I'm talking. Why am I speaking here? That's the most important thing we have to establish is exactly why am I talking? Because if I don't establish why am I talking, then nobody's interested.
What do I want, by saying this to the other person? Or, we always have in this analysis of text that we have, it's in Spanish, I'm sorry. But it's very important that when we prepare a text, we look for exactly what am I doing? Not activity, but, what do I want? Okay, because that the action is what it drives you, and it's before actually the text. The text is exactly what you want, why you're talking. So it's to tell a story is an action plus a conflict, and that gives a result, which is normally we can actually say tired or annoyed or whatever. So that is the adjective, and is the result of all this process that we have to have, which is I want something and I cannot get it. If not, if we are just playing it, we that's what a little bit happens in this piece. We don't know what you want.
Yeah, and what
you're playing an attitude, you see, but you're not playing someone that really wants something, and it lacks a little bit of credibility or authenticity.
That's a nice way of saying is that what we're doing is we're looking at an actor acting. There's an interesting thing that going back to the first scene, which I've got people talking about, which is interesting. Talking about the light in the shot of the opponent. So he's Archie Maldito is saying that the light of the other person is too low in the first scene. I'm going to quickly go back to the first scene because it illustrates a problem. It illustrates a problem which I've seen a lot in showreels, which has got to do with the way that something is color graded. Okay. What I'd suggest here is that what I've got here is I got this weird magenta thing going on, and it's odd because the whites have been pushed towards the reds, which is why which I'm getting this blue red thing, which is giving me purple, which is kind of strange here. This is screaming out for the saturation in the skin to be increased. Because otherwise it's looking really washed out.
Fucks up the upholstery. I mean, what's the matter with
Well,
you?
not here but yes, and you.
Yeah. So one of the things that happens is a lot of the time is we'll get stuff and it'll be very dark, which we can always in digital editing we can always put some more light on it up to a point. And very often we'll get something which has been shot what we call logarithmically, which means that it's using the absolute values from the camera. So in post-production, they can adjust it as much as they want. One of the fashions that's come within the last 5 or 6 years, you'll see it on Netflix, you'll see it on Amazon, you'll see it in movies. We start to see these very washed out images that are very desaturated. What's happened is it's kind of become a fashionable thing, but it really is a relic of the nature of shooting digital film through the Alexa, from the 5D and all the rest of it. So when we shoot it the absolute basic way possible, we need to overexpose it, which means there's much more light. So when post-production, we can actually increase the contrast, give the shadows more depth, and begin to saturate the colors.
So it's a post-production job that one has to do very carefully, because if not happens, for instance, what we saw. So that is a problem if you are working again with people that they don't know very well what they are doing, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah, well, one of the things that happens is that very often we know there's a problem, but we don't exactly know what that problem is. It's one of the issues that happens with sound mixing, is because we can hear something and we know it doesn't sound right, but we're not entirely sure how to fix it. Unfortunately, our hearing is not as, how would you say, readily vocabularized. It doesn't have the words. There's nothing that says, wow, I really need to hear the 55 megahertz in that sound more. Because we don't think like that. When we hear things, it's got more to do with placement and architecture and acoustic and where we are in the world. That's what sound has got more to do with. Image has got a lot more, there's a great deal more information that we can find there in terms of color and shade. And also because it's sort of how our brains work, we have more vocabulary to explain it. We can see readily how to fix it. That's out of focus. That's too desaturated. That's too light. That's too dark.
Yes, here, for instance, because the nature and how it's been shot, there is a big difference between you and the other actor. The other actor doesn't have too much light. The other actor I cannot see even his eyes. So I don't know if you corrected a little bit that, because perhaps you were also in dark. I don't know. But it would be nice if you could actually match the two, because we know... If not, people that they don't know these things, they're going to think that is not very professional. They're not going to point out to you why, but you want your material to be as professional as you can. And those are little adjustments that you can do, that they're going to give you, a little bit more, I don't know how we call it, prestige or...
Well, look, this is something else that I've had to say to people. Is that it happens, this is much more with actresses, that sometimes I have to say, you need to be made up properly. Mm-hmm. You need to take care of your image.
Yeah.
You need to do your hair.
Yeah.
And that's not...
Also the people, they come from theatre, curiously.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And look, and when I say that, I'm not saying you're not pretty or anything like that. I'm not saying you have to submit to the concepts of beauty as afforded by modern society. Well, yes, I am actually saying that. I am, I'm sorry. You need to look as good as you can do, because you're fighting out there with a lot of other people who are... That may be the only thing that they have. Okay.
So you want to have that,
so you
and you're acting.
And you want to be fabulous in all senses. And, just take it. I've seen people come into, when I work with casting directors, I've seen people walking into... So Alba says, that's me you're talking about, Scott. Well, Alba, yes. Yes, you're a fabulous actress, and I've told you this to your face many times. And you just need to fix yourself up. That's all. You know that. You're a beautiful woman. You're incredibly talented. You just need to find out what works for you and do it. That's all.
It's a good investment sometimes, how the others see us and how they can really take advantage of the possibilities that we don't know that we have. So, try, because, it's a little investment that it can be very, people that they're stylists and they can, shop with you, or people that, their makeup, there is a lot of places that they do it for free. Try to.
And the other incredibly cynical thing is all those bastards who look absolutely amazing on Instagram. A lot of those people who got a lot of followers, they just spent an hour in hair and makeup. I mean, that's another thing. Is this idea of the beauty myth? Is that it's industrialized right now, and there's people who should have, in any other context, have no right to, to spend that much time and effort to look the way that they do, and they can do it. So anyway, we're actors. We're doing a different thing. Don't worry, you'll get the chance to, look disastrous when the job calls for it. But in the meantime, just look good enough to eat. Right. So let's keep going.
Let's keep it. The second one.
Right. So the second one, we got the boxing.
The second one says, Lisandro, interesting thing. I can hear the lavalier Meek making noises in the second scene. Right. Exactly. Is this?
Yeah, that's the
friction.
It's rubbing on it.
Yeah, it's the rubbing.
Yeah, this one. You have to be very careful with that. Sometimes you might, if you put one of those little fluffy anti-wind things, it causes less friction than the foam thing. And the other thing is, be very careful of wool and silk. I remember a sound guy said that to me once. He looked at what I was wearing and he went, "Oh, God." And I went, "What is it?" He says, "Wool and silk. It's the worst." And I was like, "You're joking, right?" He's like, No, seriously, wool and silk is a terrible noise.
Okay, let's see.
And all I said... That's what I said there. Okay, so meanwhile, after wool and silk, right, I'm going to come here.
Yes. Okay.
What did you do something different?
I washed it.
Here is a problem also of sound. You have the mic that...
you have the mic. The mic's on you and she's turned away from you.
Yeah. And so...
She's been a bit of a dummy here.
And she also, gives us a lot more information that you do.
Because she's looking towards us.
Exactly. Between your hair, almost covering your eyes. There is no light enough on your eyes. And then you are, a little bit, in profile. It's a pity because what you want to see in the scene is you. So that is favoring her. And I don't know if you want to show that really. It's not a really great scene for you, so I would take it out. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
Did you do something different?
I washed it.
Well, you did a really good job.
Thanks.
Hey, why don't you come to Jamie's? Come hang out.
No, I have a lot I have to do here. I have stuff I have to clean up inside.
Come on.
I'm too busy today.
Look, you're doing great. The weeds are weeded.
No,
come hang out.
God's got nothing to do with it.
That scene that we're going to watch now, it is a problem for you as an actor. I mean...
I concur.
The problem is that I feel that all your acting is pushed to have an emotion. And that is awful. You don't want to see an actor never in any acting job. You see, that is really a problem. I think that is really harming you. So I would take it out. Sorry, I'm feeling sometimes like this contest in for best singers. And Simon says.
Oh no, you're talking about like X Factor, things like that.
Yeah, X Factor or something.
What are you doing up there? I have no idea. Yeah.
Well, it's not that. It's not that. Anyway. But that is really harming you. It is a problem, but that is not going to go well with experienced actors, directors that they know about acting. So just take it out because, if there is one person that complains about that means, I see an actor making an effort to
feel
be
something.
Emotional, to feel something, and that is a problem because that it has to be work that needs to be done so that you have an emotional state that is not that you want to cry, is that you want to stop crying.
My problem when I see that, I'm not necessarily going to accuse the actor. I'm going to point at the director and go, "What were you thinking?" Because it's a very bad choice, and the choice is played out, and it just simply doesn't work because you're, as Assumpta says, you're trying to force yourself towards an emotion, and what you're doing is you're being emotional during something which is quite an intellectual argument, which is, I asked for God to help me. I asked all of these things, and did He do it? No, He didn't help me at all. instead of being reasonable in the argument, which is a pretty reasonable argument that a lot of people would posit, you are angry and frustrated. Now, that might appear in the text because of the nature of the text is talking about something which is very sad and very, very profound and,
But you don't need to play it profound and you don't need to play it sad. That is the contrary. With analysis of text, that there is many videos that they talk about that. What we have to go is a little bit, understand the depth and why you are saying it. That is something that you are trying to feel, and that is it's not empathic, this thing that you do, because the empathy comes when you are trying to really control your emotions, not when you are trying to push your emotions. You see, that is only actors, they do that. So the idea of when you have an emotional thing, or what it could be emotional, if you don't have this emotional state where you really are in that verge where you know that something can happen, don't push it. Go in another direction. Say, choose other things that you want to actually say. Why you want to say that is not because you want to feel it. The character, why he wants to feel that bad? No, in life what we want is not to feel bad precisely. So if we are bad, then we can feel that we are not bad, but nobody wants to be bad, in purpose, and that's what we see. We see an actor that tries to get an emotion. So for that, when that happens, when this emotion really is not there, when you don't get this high emotional state, then choose another one. Choose like explaining something, choose like you are, justifying something that you are, you can do a lot of things with this text, but never go for trying to force an emotion, because that is going to show and it's going to harm you as an actor.
Oh, thank you, Ellie. Ellie gave us 50 stars. Look at that. Wow,
nice.
She gave us 50 stars.
Nice,
which is another way you can help us on Facebook. God love you. I think she's on her way back from Miami right now.
Yes.
Bless her cotton socks. Let's finish up with Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny, let's see if we can make Johnny be better. Let's see if we can make better. See if we can make Johnny be better.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's show it once all together for you, all of you that they are there watching this tape.
They may not have seen this yet, and also for the people on Instagram, I'm going to play this for you so you can see it, so you can get an idea of what the hell we're talking about here.
Yeah, so let's start from the beginning.
To do with it. You know how many people cry out his name right before I blow their fucking brains out? All of them. And not once has he answered their calls. So if he does exist, fuck him. He's never done a damn thing for them anyway. Or me. No, he wasn't there when my dad came home drunk every night and beat me half to death. No. He wasn't there when my mom slowly wasted away from cancer.
Be careful, it's always comical there.
Listen. You got to be really, really careful with that. When you're talking about a very, very serious thing in a very, very serious way, in a very serious context, before you know it, we're overwhelmed with seriousness. And the first thing that we do when something is ticking all of those boxes that shouldn't be ticked simultaneously is to get out of that feeling, is that we laugh at it. That's what we do. That's why look at Will Ferrell, look at Steve Carell, look at the utter seriousness that they'll play a moment. And what they do is they are compelling us, forcing into that very serious corner, and we come out laughing. That's how it works. The other thing that strikes me is it just reminds me of Peter Serafinovich doing a satire of an acting class where Al Pacino teaches the class how to cry. And he does this whole thing, and he says, "When I was a kid, I had a pet ant, Stumpy. He had a bad leg." Right? And then one day Stumpy dies, and what he does is he thinks of Stumpy, they can't. No, that's what happens. He says, "Stumpy got cancer." right? So what he does, and there's a scene where he's got this very emotional scene to play, and it's like cuts to the movie, and he's like that, no, Stumpy's got cancer, no, right? The reason it's funny is because it's seriousness on seriousness on seriousness, and we're taking ourselves very seriously, okay? Our instinctive thing in life when we're talking about really, really serious things, if we're not trying to make the other person feel bad or do damage to them, is we try to make them understand it reasonably. And that's why I say this isn't your fault. This is a piece of bad direction. Maybe you directed it, then, you know.
No, you cannot direct that. I think that is something that you did with your friends. They put you there, and then you just came up with that. Please, Johnny, do me a favor. Never look for emotion while you are doing it. We can see that.
Johnny B. Bear. Right. Let's power on to the end, because this. Sorry, this always resets to the start. Okay, so.
Poor better knelt down and I prayed to him.
That cannot be.
But he never answered. So I say to myself, if he doesn't give a fuck about life, then why the fuck should I?
And you know what is the problem? That sometimes because we are feeling something, then we think that we reach something. That we reach something, that we, because we felt something. Be careful, because that is not the feeling that we want. That is the actor feeling. It's not the character feeling.
Just because you're having a good time doesn't mean the other person you're having sex with is.
Exactly. Yes. Be careful.
You like that?
Yes, it's nice.
Good. No, it's certainly a thing. Is that look, at any given moment in time, and I've talked about this a lot, is that we're talking to one of three entities. We're either talking to somebody else or a group of people, because we want them to know, understand, realize something, change their opinion, follow an order, whatever. We're speaking to ourselves because we're trying to work something out, understand something, remember something along those lines. Or we speak to the universe or God or whoever. Okay? We do that. We do that when we don't understand what's going on, when we feel victims of fate, when we've had some terribly bad luck or terribly good luck. And everybody does it. And here's an interesting thing. In the Bible, right? And I use this as an important literary text. This has got nothing to do with religion. This has got to do with human psychology. In the Bible, before Christ dies on the cross, he looks to the heavens. He says, "Father, why have you forsaken me?" What does that mean? That means Christ lost faith on the cross, as it were. And I'm just talking about psychological terms. That's a pretty interesting point to be made. The idea that everybody, when faced with utter annihilation, feels forsaken, right? They feel alone. This is the thing. This is this point, that your intellectual point that you're making here. It's such a profound intellectual point that to do it emotionally, what happens is whenever we explain anything emotionally, the person doesn't listen to us. All they do is they see and hear emotion.
We lose the message. The message that you want to convey is when we understand that the person is sad, we are not generating questions to the audience. Then we lose the audience. Think about that. The emotions are really there just because you don't want to have them, not because you are pursuing them. Nobody does that in real life. That said, a lot of actors, we've gone through this. Don't think that you are a bad actor, okay? A lot of actors, myself, when I was, I had to push these things to understand what are my limits. And that is going to be very good for an exercise, that you always will remember. But put it in a box, please. Put it in a box, in a drawer, and understand why that doesn't work. And do me a favor, don't do it again.
It's interesting. I think actors, like many other probably professions, but definitely actors, we have those drawers, those boxes which are marked "Do not do this again."
Yes.
You know.
Yes, and that is one of them. You know, you can.
It's like that. It's like at the end of the film, Burn After Reading, when he says, "So what have we learned?" J.K. Simmons, the head of the CIA, says to his subordinate, he goes, "So what did we learn here?" And his subordinate says, "To not do it again." And he says, "Yeah, but I'd be damned if I knew what it was we did in the first place."
Yes.
And one of the things that we have to do is we have to identify what we did to not do it again.
Exactly, and that is we have to do that on a safe place, okay? To remember that, but not in a public space. So take it out from there. Take it out from your demo reel.
Yeah, showreel, demo, whatever.
Showreel, please.
For the love of God. No, seriously. This is a really important thing. Is say take it out. This doesn't do you any good.
You don't want anyone to laugh to emotional scene that you will try to do.
No. Look. I remember seeing a showreel of a Spanish actor who sent it to me, and he sent me the link on YouTube, and I watched it, and it was his English language showreel, and immediately I wrote back to him saying, please remove it from YouTube right now, because if anybody sees this, they're A, they're not gonna take you seriously, and B, they're gonna laugh, because I don't know who the hell you worked with, because you sounded like you were speaking Esperanto. I speak English, and I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. And that happens. It happens in big movies. Yeah. Go watch 1492, Conquest of Paradise, directed by Ridley Scott, made in 1992.
In Spain,
starring Sigourney Weaver and everybody else. He didn't do a lick of work. And he's a French actor, marvelous French actor, playing an Italian explorer who left financed by the Queen of Spain. And as one critic says, it was the first film shot in Esperanto. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Esperanto was an invented language based on
so that nobody could understand.
Yes,
basically.
So nobody knows.
So be careful.
Right.
What the fuck you looking at?
Johnny B. Bear. So he's speaking to his therapist. Okay.
What I see here is a very nice thing. You know, I can see here. I don't know. It reminds me, with long hair. It reminds me you can do, a Western. You can do Navajo. You can do Indian very nicely.
There's a ton of different things.
A ton of different things you can do.
You can be Italian. You can be French. You can be. You got a whole Latino thing going on. Your name's Oliva, which is not exactly.
You can do also all these,
Yugoslavian.
Yeah, a lot of roles I can see in you.
Right. Let's keep going. Opa. Right. Let me just see where I am here.
Yeah, policeman, someone that is really a bad guy.
A lot of forget about it.
I didn't mean that, Frank. I'm sorry.
Why do you know this bit?
Hello.
Why do you need this bit? I mean, perhaps for your looks, but really, why? Why you put that there? You think that you're a good actor there? Think that it was something that it was truthful, that came out nicely? I don't know. We have to choose things for casting directors. Think that we are good actors. That is our goal with that. No. Also with agents, that they can say, "Oh, what a range of very interesting characters that he can do," and wow, he's really good at comedy. Those are the things that we want really, the people to actually, awaken the kind of questions and the answers that we want from them. So, what this little bit does to you is only the looks, because you don't have this look in another. So, you can perhaps put it at the end, or you can have a little montage of things, but I don't. You don't see. You have to, question yourself. Ask yourself why I would put that there. I put that there because the looks. Well, then it's not an acting thing. You see, and you want first to convince them, whoever, that you are a good actor, and that's what we want to see. And
let's move away from good. Let's go to competent.
competent, that it works, that what you do, what the image that you want is actually well achieved, meaning, well, that we believe it.
Yeah, look, the thing for me, I'm going to say this as well to the guys on it over there on Instagram, is that your prototype is Desmond Harrington in Dexter, okay? What you need to do and what you need to work on is you need to get something where you're a little bit flirty, you're a bit of a ladies' man, okay, and you're a player. That's what I want to see you. I want to see you doing something where you're a player. Now, we all talk about this thing in Spanish. We call them perfiles, okay, which is basically your type, okay? One of the things that I've discovered with young guys, and this is one of the reasons why the British and the Australians end up playing American roles, is there seems to be something in our culture which allows us to still have that kind of little spark and that little flirtatious thing going on. And I don't know, it's not really here to be found in Spain, and you know, there's got to be an explanation why it's not happening in the US. But that's a really, really important archetype you have to try and learn how to play, because that's one of the things that people are looking for is a masculine male. And, you know, hey, Johnny, you're all man. Let's keep going. Right, this music's going to drive me nuts.
Yes.
I don't like people.
Right, okay, so are we going through this? We got this, and then we go to
Looks
this.
is nice.
Yeah,
I agree.
Hello.
I agree.
It looks and sounds great, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Denellen, you got a phone call. Line 2.
Look who it is. Hannah looks good here, doesn't she? Yeah, please. Come on, admit it. She looks good here.
Those are little phrases.
It's not bad, but the other thing I like is it's like Crystal says, flirting is a lost art. It's true. It's
It's true, Crystal.
it is really is a lost.
Yeah, it's a lost art.
You know,
For men, for sure. they gave us.
why would you say
Say
that?
Why exactly? Why I would do that?
No,
if,
where everybody's
you know,
scared of somebody calling the cops on them.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of interplay. Now everybody does it through text messages. For goodness'
It's
sake.
nice, the flirting.
Yeah.
They give you a tough time over there, huh?
How did you tell?
When have they ever given someone an easy time?
True.
Ethan.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to meet you, Maya.
It's nice when you play. I agree with you. You put there because there is a quality there that you like, which is nice. You can do that. You know, you can do the relaxed street guy. No, I mean, I think it's a quality. You know, and it's nice that you do it there. So let's.
I'm sorry, somebody's turned up. Oktazuka. Yes, I am the voice of. I'm Carnage. Yes, I'm the voice of Carnage. If you're interested in my experience of playing Carnage back in the 90s, there's a video on this channel that you can check out. Anyway, moving swiftly along. Damn music. Right. Okay, you're coming through here. All right. Okay, so did we come back to it?
Is when the
Did we jump?
here.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
It's nice. This relaxing. You know, the way that you move the hands, the way you feel good there. You feel it's nice to see you there.
Everyone used to tell me how great I was. I could do anything. Be anything. They're not wrong. I realized it too. I had big dreams, you know. God or whoever the fuck just decided I don't deserve to be happy. That's life, right? It's unfair.
This bit, I don't know why it's cut so abruptly. I was following you there.
Yeah. The other thing is that comes down to that thing of who you're speaking to. Are you speaking to him? Are you speaking to yourself? Are you speaking to the universe? You know, everybody used to say I was great. Used to think I had everything going on for me. Are you saying it to yourself? Or are you saying it to him? You got to make these. It's a very simple choice. The whole point of acting on camera is you got to simplify everything, because the actual technical complications of acting on camera are quite high. They're quite large.
No, and then there is these shots like, ¿cómo se plano corto?
Close-ups.
No, but before.
Medium shot.
Medium shots and close-ups that you really don't have to do anything because all the attention is with you. It's not like you going for something. So it's nice when you feel relaxed. I really like when you this quality. Yeah. So let's see what there is in there.
Right, you're gonna hear the music again, okay?
No, please, no.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, it's just.
No.
I don't know if I way out.
So let's go.
Yeah,
I would put this one instead of the other one.
Yeah, I completely concur. As Ronnie Dumitru says, he's got a John Travolta hairstyle from Pulp Fiction. He does. Yeah, he looks like Vinny. Or
So forget the other one. You have the look here. The look that one I can think. On multiple.
Yeah, we buy that.
Multiple choices for you. And so it's nice. But that one, not the other one when you're pushing for emotion.
We got this Laurel and Hardy moment with two guys in a bed. Right.
Okay. Really, we want you to kiss the guy.
Maybe that's your fantasy.
Best thing that could ever happen to you.
I mean, well, it's just nice,
You don't want to be 40 and have your first breakup. Trust me. Kyle. Yeah.
Well played.
You're my best friend. You're my best friend too.
I'm fascinated to know why there's two grown-ass men under the covers with T-shirts on in the afternoon.
It's cold, perhaps?
I don't know, maybe it's first thing in the morning. I don't know, but I get the impression it's in the afternoon.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot's got to do with the circumstances. You got to answer a lot of questions very, very quickly. Decide where you came from. Decide what just happened.
Yes, there is things that they are not decided or chosen.
It's all kind of neutral. You know what I mean? It's kind of our job as actors to kind of give life to stuff which might not necessarily have it.
Yes.
Is the drink hot? Is the weather cold? Have we been here before? How do I really feel about this guy? I mean, is there a thing going on there? When he gets close, am I like, what are you doing, buddy?
Where I'm coming from, what do I want with him? Is you can say a lot of other things here that you're a little bit lazy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes about being lazy. You have to decide a lot of things. You have to choose a lot of things. Every phrase, every pause, that is your job. Nobody's is gonna tell you exactly. You have now to think harder in something. No. And that's your choice. So, your choice is to have a lot of possibilities that the people can actually, the spectator, the audience can actually see things that you only and him, can see. And that, how you do that? Or her, of course. And what you can do.
Sexist.
What you have to do, well, just think about those things that there is no in the text, that you can actually, fill up with a lot of things, like in a scene like that. It's your responsibility. Nobody's going to tell you. You have to, disecar.
Absolutely.
How you say disecar? You have to
dry off.
No.
Disecar?
No. You have to decompose everything. Deconstruct. That's it. Deconstruct. The possibilities of every single pause and phrase. That's it. Okay.
Why you're saying it, who you're saying it to, and why it's not easy to say. Right.
Yes. Remember, we talk a story. We talk a story when we are wanting something and we cannot get it.
Did you come?
Yeah,
okay, my problem
were you
here.
There? Like 6 times.
Cool.
It was great.
Awesome.
You was? Why did they say you was?
It was great.
It was.
Did you come? Great. It was awesome. This is one of the things that we got. It's always a problem that we have with self-tapes because it's kind of self-tapey. Is that because usually we're shooting from a phone and the microphone's in the phone, so the person who's reading with us or who's with us, actually their voice has more presence than ours does.
Yeah, be careful about that.
It's a pain in the ass. Look on Amazon, buy a lapel mic. It'll cost you $10. It'll make your life easier. Just stick it on your shirt. If it's a self-tape, nobody's going to look twice at it. If anything, they'll be like, oh, wow, they made the effort. Trust me, you don't have to hide it. Just clamp it onto your shirt. Don't put it too close to your mouth, but it always helps.
And another thing is the eyes. If we don't see the eyes, we don't see your soul. If we don't see your soul, we are bored. And that is what is happening here. You know, I cannot see your thoughts. You know, that is your soul, your thoughts also.
Is that? I mean, what you said that you can't. Is that an easy question? Is that question loaded? Are you scared what the answer might be? Do you know what the answer is? Is this something that you have to change? Did you come? You know, whatever it might be. The more difficult something is, the more imperfect something is, the more interesting it is to watch, and the easier it is to play. The easier it is to act. What's very difficult is when you have no rules and you can do anything you want. That becomes very, very difficult unless you're Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight Rises, where you're an agent of chaos and then everything is possible. Okay? But normally, you don't have that lack of obstacle. So if it's not apparent, try and work out how you could make this more difficult. Not easy, because by the time you've found what makes it difficult, it will become much easier to play.
Yeah, and remember that story again is conflict too. If there is no conflict, and we only just talk for talking, that is not interesting. That doesn't really, we want to protect the weakness that there is for someone that doesn't have something, whatever it is. We talk for this, since we are children. Okay, we want something. So we really need to put the conflict all the time, between what I am saying, what I am thinking. Is she the one that is not telling me the truth? Is someone that always there has to be a conflict in whatever thing we're doing.
It's the thing. Alba says, "What a beautiful city. Enjoy your trip, Ellie." She's coming back from Miami. I think she's going via Lisbon, which means she's not visiting Lisbon, unfortunately. She'll probably be then going on to Sevilla, which is also una maravilla, as we like to say. Right, let's cut to the chase.
So here's a problem of your eyes and your sound.
Awesome.
Did you?
No, but I had fun. I had fun back there.
You know, I feel bad.
No, you see what Assumpta says? You got no light in your eyes. If you can't see the light can't see your eyes. Now, you would have thought this because there's plenty of light in the room. You got a white wall, probably a white ceiling. You're wearing a white shirt. The girls probably got to, dress in white too. But what we're not getting is those little points of light that you get when you've got light in front of you, which is hopefully what we have, right now. Let me just have a quick look. So, hopefully, I got light in my eyes,
and me too.
You've got light in your eyes too. It's those things which are what another human being is drawn to look at, because that gives us the actions, intentions, and thoughts of the person that we're speaking with or that we're observing. When we look somebody in the eyes, we're looking them in the eye because we're trying to work out what's going on inside their head. That's why we are all innate thought readers. We don't read minds, but we can more or less translate what a thought is. That's why when we're lying, we don't look at the other person, or we look at them too much. We look at them too much because we don't want them to think that we're looking away. That's just the way it goes. It's very interesting that actors very often exhibit the same body language that somebody who's lying does. They do that at the end, whatever. They do the ironic laughter. They touch themselves. They stare the other person in the eyes.
Oh, referential movements. Those are incredibly telling. About moods. It's very nice. We have to be the masters of all this. It's because if not, anyone else could put themselves on tape. And that's what we really have to do to understand these signs of communication. Observe a lot. Observe, because observation of others is what is going to give you the inspiration.
Look, Alba says here, which is kind of nice, she says, I actually quite like the self-tape at the end. There are technical things that can be improved, but we see more of a down-to-earth and sweet character. And I'm not denying that for a second. Nice photo, by the way. I'm not denying that for a second, but the thing is, it can always be very simply improved. It's not to throw it out. I wouldn't necessarily say that. The other thing, the blaming God for the woes of the world, yeah,
Yes.
I would, but this I wouldn't necessarily throw it out. And I think,
Please.
I think a decent self tape with good acting in it can go a long way because it's unpretentious. I think if there's anything happening in terms of showreels right now is that there's an overwhelming. It's not overwhelming, but what there is we're seeing incredible quality in image and sound and editing in showreels. But the fact of the matter is that the acting isn't getting any better. That's the downside, is that everybody can go on the internet and look up YouTube videos of how to light something, how to mix it, how to edit it, how to color correct it, how to grade it. But there's not a lot out there talking about how to, on an individual one-to-one level, how to get the best out of an actor.
Well, that's why we are here, isn't it?
That's why we're
That's
here.
That's why.
That's exactly it. No, but that's one of the things that we try to do is you can't. One size definitely doesn't fit all. Every single person is completely different.
Completely, and that's why we there is basic things that we see, like the stare, fixed stare, or or this thing of trying to get an emotion. A lot of things that we've seen in these tapes that they are nose, but the rest are are fixable. The rest are things that we can do to present ourselves better, to inspire others, to really give us nice roles. That's what we want, isn't it? Okay, so let's go to the end.
Let's finish it up. Sorry about the music.
What the fuck you looking at?
Please.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Okay, so
You?
No, but I had fun. I had fun back there.
I feel bad you never do.
I do. I don't know. I don't put on a big Broadway show like you do. I'm more silent, like Charles Chaplin.
Oh, like a silent movie.
Yeah, like a silent movie.
Do you think it's the antidepressants?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I didn't take antidepressants, I'd come in like 8 seconds. And then you wouldn't come. And then you'd be depressed. And then you would be taking antidepressants.
I didn't know the antidepressants would actually. That is new to me.
You didn't know that? That one of the biggest side effects of most current antidepressants is a lack of sexual.
Really?
Loss of libido.
So a lot of people now are taking antidepressants. So that means that people are not really fucking very well.
It's not so much that, is they don't have the will to. That's the other reason.
That is awful.
A government statistic came out that men under the age of 30, approximately 30% of them have never had any sexual encounter or experience in their lives.
Oof. Men. Yeah.
Which has been articulated as being the amount of pornography that people consume.
More than before.
Well, there wasn't any before. There was magazines and the odd video, but now it's like,
And people really watch it?
Throw a rock in the look.
No, I mean, I don't know.
People.
I'm really tired of that.
You painted the house. You painted the town red in the 1980s yourself, didn't you?
What do you mean?
Well, you put it about a bit.
Yeah, I don't say no.
No. But imagine if you couldn't put it about a bit. It's always much easier. I mean,
Okay. Well,
you were and are continue to be a beautiful woman. But, if you're some guy who lives in his mother's basement, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, on that note, remember, if you're on YouTube right now, to follow us, subscribe. Because almost certainly the content of this, we won't be monetizing it. Not that there's any money coming in from that. But also, if you're on Facebook, remember to follow us and give us a like, because we actually have more follows than likes, which is curious. If you're interested in joining us, remember you got patreon.com/Assumpta Serna. That's how you can help us out there. And remember that we're live Monday to Friday, and on Thursday we're in English, but the most of the time we're in Spanish, which a lovely young lady like Alba Gracie is fortunate enough to be completely bilingual, and I hate her for that. God, I wish I was bilingual.
Okay, let's watch it near the end.
Yeah, let's get to the end and get on with our day.
No. Can I say something?
Sure.
I don't understand why this is a big secret.
You know why it's a big secret? Because it's special. For once. It's like our little thing. It would be special if everybody knew about it.
It's a pity because you are great there, and the problem is your eyes that we cannot see them.
Yeah.
So
That's what I wanted to say. Like the video, but also follow the channel, like the page. That's what I need to say. Like the page.
Which page? Sorry.
The page. This one that's right there, right now.
Facebook.com.
To like the page. That's it.
Okay.
No, but
Like
thank you
the
for liking the video as well while you're watching.
So, my point is that you are very nice.
Yeah, you're very
Almost you
nice.
feel that you improvise. I don't know if that was written or not, but doesn't matter. I mean, you are very natural. It comes out well. It comes out, perhaps at the beginning you could be a little bit less lazy and do other things like, this effort to say about you come or whatever. But it's, I would put that the first one. The problem is your eyes. I cannot see you. Because that is the most, what I like the most. And I don't know why you also finish it so abruptly.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It doesn't feel like a fully realized showreel. Why doesn't it feel like a fully realized showreel? Because it's not got a name. It's not got a contact thing. I don't really have it. I've got like an email address for Johnny, and that's about it.
And it's not really very nicely at the end that you cut them like that. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
you have to take care of how you present your things. So
must try harder.
Yes, must try harder.
Right. Well, look, we touched on many things today. We touched upon the things that you shouldn't be forcing. This is for everybody, all and sundry. Well, you shouldn't be forcing yourself towards emotion. You should be trying to work out why somebody would end up at that emotion. You should be playing with the dynamic of what do I want and why can't I get it. You have to make the choice to who you're speaking to, whether it's to somebody else, whether you're speaking to yourself, or whether you're speaking to some higher power. We all do it, whether we're religious or atheist. We make a reference to something which is external to ourselves.
Then the conflict it has to be there. If it's not there, you just look for it. Because more conflict there is, more near the weakness we are, our own weakness, and as a character, and that gives also the opportunity to the audience to feel like they want to protect you, and that's nice.
Yeah. That's great. Well, look, that's been our show for today. Remember that one of the reasons that we've been doing this, and we've been doing this so constantly for the last 18 months since the start of our dear old pandemic, is that we want to be there for everybody, answer those difficult questions that the actors may have. We've got this wonderful community of people that we're working shoulder to shoulder with to get projects going, develop scripts. Just before I did this, I finished a 2-hour script class, in which we were developing a particular idea, which I think, as we say in Hollywood terms, it's got legs. We were doing that, which was really, really good fun, and we're working on theatre projects and all sorts of different bits and pieces. And this is one of the things that occurred to us today, or rather occurred to me, that one of the elements of this script was the idea of being attracted to wealth and power and all the rest of it. And then what we realized was that as we were there, as we were there together, that the real richness that somebody can actually feel in the moment has got very little to do with the penthouse suite that they're in or the view that they're looking at. The things that make us genuinely feel rich in life are the people that we have next to us, the people who we are in the company of. Is that I would feel no richer if I was indeed an extraordinarily wealthy man. That was my revelation today, is that wealth is something that we have when we are in the company of those that we like.
Nice thought for today.
That's what I was thinking.
Anyway, it had been a pleasure to be with you today. It's today currently 9:30, so it's an hour and a half we are going on.
Dios mío.
But anyway, that was
that was a show.
Thank you very much, Johnny Oliva, to show it to us, and that gives us the opportunity, as usual, to talk about acting and also to be able to protect you a little bit of of the things that we think that can harm you. So hopefully that is going to be, good for you. And anyway, thank you very much for you all being there, and for all the ones that you're going to watch this video today. You know that is in youtube.com and /Escuela Assumpta Serna. That's it. So that you can go to our lists and see the
and
ones that are in
also
English.
if you want to send us showreels or any other information or ask a question, whatever it might be, we both have emails, which are scott@familiadecine.com or Assumpta
at
familiadecine.com. We are the easiest people in the world to find.
Yes.
I actually had a guy saying, I've been trying to get in contact with you for 2 years. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you haven't tried to get in contact with me for 2 years. I'm the easiest person. God help if anybody should want to kill me someday. I mean, I'd be, they'd find me in about 5 seconds on a Google
Don't give ideas,
search.
darling. I don't
No,
want
that's
you
true.
dead.
Somebody's assassinated Scott. What happened? I don't know. They Googled him, found out where he was. It was quite straightforward after that. So it's not exactly difficult.
Dr. Zuka says this. Says, hey, Carnage, do you watch the Premier League? You know what is that?
Yeah.
If so, what team do you support?
Octazuka, I got really bad news for you. I don't like football.
Football, that means football? Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I don't like football. I'm from Edinburgh and I grew up in Leith, so if I had a team it would be Hibernian. But other than that, that's only culturally. But other than that, I really couldn't care less. Which is a terrible thing to admit. Let me tell you a problem I got with football. Let me tell you a problem I got with football.
Here we go.
Right, football is the opium of the masses. Why? It is convinced that the working class man, that it's okay to cheer on 22 multi-millionaires while they kick a ball around a field. That's why I don't like it. I don't like it because what it doesn't do is it doesn't encourage culture. It doesn't encourage education. It doesn't encourage people to become greater themselves unless it's physically to become football players.
Okay.
I don't. Okay, so do you want to? Are you still cutting me off right now?
No, but I mean, Octazuka says no. We don't want to lose anyone because you're really hate something. I mean, it's not a hate. It's just that also.
The other reason is that when I was growing up in the 80s in Edinburgh, we had a lot of football casuals, and I got beaten up by more football fans than any other demographic, which really doesn't help.
Yes.
But anyway,
I think that it's also fun to go to a place where there is 3,000 people having the same emotions. So that's
here's
nice.
a quick question from Alba. She says,
I have a question for both of you. Do you speak English or both at home?
we speak English in general, but we always slip into Spanish, and sometimes I don't know. Look, Octazuka on Friday, he says, laugh out loud. It's okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Thanks, Octa.
Thank you.
So
he gets very, in a very bad mood about footballers.
I get no. The only thing is, I just see is it's just so much money that could be.
Good.
All right. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you very much for tonight.
Yeah,
again.
thanks everybody. Well, that's the thing is that Alba's boyfriend, I think, is from the Dominican Republic. So do you speak English or Spanish at home? That's my question for you.
That's for you, yes.
The fact is that when I get really angry, I speak Spanish.
No. When you get very angry, what you do is you try to force me to speak in Spanish. I don't know for what reason. You say no, speak in Spanish. Why?
No, because I don't want you to use the fact that you have to express yourself in English
as
an excuse to get angrier.
But I never have this excuse. Did I tell you this excuse someday?
I don't know.
That is it. That is your own
know.
prejudice. I never said that.
I want a divorce.
I want the divorce first.
Okay.
I told you first.
Okay.
Okay.
Irreconcilable differences in language.
He
that's
says,
what
we speak Spanish. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but he's from the Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Well, a lot of Dominicans know well English. Remember Kevin?
Kelvin.
Sorry, Kelvin. Yes.
He's Kelvin. Yeah.
Kelvin.
I think he writes his name. I think he spelled it wrong once, and I've been calling him Kelvin ever since. But I think his name might be Kevin, but I'm not sure. Kevin, that traditional Dominican name.
Yes.
Kevin, like
yes.
Gary. Right.
Okay, thank you very much for being here, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Thanks, everybody. And just remember, we'll be back tomorrow in Spanish at 5 p.m. in the UK and like about midday somewhere in the Americas. And we'll be here at 6 p.m.
Next Thursday.
Or 1800 hours. No, 7 p.m. in the UK next Thursday.
Exactly, 7 p.m. in the UK.
It's very complicated. But tomorrow we'll be here at 6 p.m. Spanish time, which is 5 p.m. in the UK if you want to practice your Spanish.
Yes. Yes.
As the great ex-Prime Minister of Spain once said, it's very complicated. Todo eso. Which means all that. You almost got an entire sentence out in another language. Thanks very much. And just remember, don't let the bastards grind you down, and upwards.
And
onwards. Right, this is a very short after show.
Yes.
I think we need to stop for the day sometime. I don't feel like I've stopped.
Yes.
I've coached, I've taught classes. You've had, I don't know how many meetings.
Meanings of life.
I know.
Meetings is my meanings
I ate
of
lentils
life.
Standing up today.
Yes, and I still have here the...
No, I put it over there.
Okay.
Desgraciada.
Just like...
You know, you filthy woman. It's filthy woman. It's like unfinished soup bowls over there.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I couldn't do it otherwise today.
I'm not judging.
Too many things.
No, she just came and interrupted me and go, where's the adapter for thing? I have to tell you, your computer is connected to your phone, not connected. It's not connected to the internet normally here. No.
Sorry?
It's not connect. You see this? This means it's connected to the 4G connection on your phone as opposed to the Wi-Fi at home. The reason it's been slow is because you haven't connected it to the actual
this number.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Sorry, Scott. It's not that I am really.
No, you're not. No.
Not that bad.
No, because we lost power today. The power went out. So.
Okay. And so that's why I just, the first one that was there, I just connect me through that. Okay, thank you very much.
I want to start an association. It's going to be called. It's just going to be exclusively for husbands or wives that have to do technical stuff. That's what it's going to do. And we're just going to get together and we're going to go. So I discovered that she'd left the oven on for 9 hours, and she set fire to the router on the modem. That's what it's going to be.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you.
Stay frosty. Take care, Carnage. Etc.
Bye.
Get some rest. All right. Love you all. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
And if we say in Scott, this is a tribute to Robert Burns. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the windy.